Good night, good night, good night. Welcome to Mike on the Mic. I'm in
Hi, good
Trinidad.
night.
Rob, where are you?
I'm in Barbados today.
I'm Vanessa. I'm in Grenada.
And I am Dwayne Ferguson, and I'm in St. Kitts.
Okay, good night. So this call basically is to kind of get a feel on the ground of what happened in the region, in the Caribbean region. Let me start with Vanessa because I had her on the line a little bit longer.
Oh,
Tell me what it's like in Grenada right now.
Um, in Grenada right now is a lot of panic. It's a lot of fear. We're on a lockdown, a temporary lockdown. It's not fully an emergency. A state of emergency is not full. It's not a full state of emergency. It's just a halfway state of emergency where we have a curfew from 7 to 5 a.m. the next morning.
Mhm.
So some businesses are allowed to open and close at a certain time. Mainly the supermarket, the banks. We had cashiers in a pawn shop. Pharmacies, basic places. But it's just a lot of people being afraid, mainly because of the social media and a lot
Mhm.
of false news that is circulating. People
Yeah.
just need to listen to whatever release the government is telling you, what the Ministry of Health is trying to tell you. Be safe, practice proper hygiene, and just do what they're asking you to do. They ask you to practice social distancing. A lot of people not still not doing it, and that is kind of careless because some persons practicing it and some is not.
Mhm.
So it's really frightening.
Okay. 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 Dwayne, what is like it for you in St. Kitts?
Well, it's been a lot of bacchanal leading up to today because today we just confirmed 2 cases. So we just joined the entire Caribbean with the COVID-19 case virus. But the issue that we are having now is that now the CMO announces that we have 2 cases. Everyone is flocking to the pharmacies, the supermarkets, and stuff like that, and it's crazy because I mean globally, regionally, and internationally, the the status quo is like social distancing. So if you are supposed to avoid crowd and large gathering and stuff like that, it makes no sense you go and flood the
Crowd up those places.
supermarket
Yeah.
in and flood the pharmacies. It makes
Yeah.
no sense because at the end of the day, you don't know while you're flooding there because to me that's you're being selfish. You're trying to stack up and what your needs and stuff like that, and everybody want to do the same thing at the same time. That's going to create panic, more fear, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and here in Senkis just yesterday, our Prime Minister, the Honorable Timothy Harris, has announced what he's going to do pertaining to people who get laid off in the working field.
Yeah.
But my fear is that I'm not worrying about money. I'm worrying
Yeah.
about food supply because our borders are closed now, and the rate how things is going now that we have 2 cases, you don't know if we're going to end up being locked down for another 6 weeks or 8 months, or we don't know. So
Yeah.
while people are worrying about getting money to buy goods, St. Kitts don't have the resources where we produce this or produce that, or even have a high agriculture setup where that we plant our own food and feed ourselves. So while I see people is worrying about getting stimulus packages to get money to buy this and buy that, what happens if you have the money but you can't buy any food?
Yeah. Similar in Trinidad, I
Because
think now is the opportunity for us to actually evaluate our dependency on the outside and how important it is to become totally independent in situations.
Mm-hmm.
two major factor that this coronavirus have brought to globally
Yeah.
is agriculture and health.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because over
But
here we're
no.
locked down. We have a curfew for 21 days.
Uh
That's
huh.
in the first. That's in the first instance. We don't
Okay.
know if it's gonna get worse, but we have 21 days. But we are allowing cargo to come in, they just can't disembark. The crew members can't disembark. So you can bring in the stuff, you have to offload it, but nobody is to come on shore.
Similar situation in Trinidad. Yeah,
Yeah,
similar
flights.
situation at the port.
We've cut off all commercial flights for the time being. So even we have a ferry that goes from here to Carriacou and to PT Martinique, and we had stop run. And the other two that normally will go up with cargo and people, they can only take cargo.
Oh wow. Similar situation here in Trinidad. Well, let me chime in because I know Rob a little bit quiet on his end. Rob, what is it like? What is it like in Barbados now?
Well, here is like business as usual from what I am seeing and what I'm hearing on the ground. People going across the bars, restaurants are still open. Everything here is business. Yeah, everything here is like business as usual, even though they're on level 2 alert and they have
And
29 cases.
20, wow.
Yeah, they're still operating like if it's business as usual. There's a lot of fear in the workers out there, but until the government puts in measures to say they're at level 3 and they're shutting down businesses, everyone is doing exactly what they did yesterday and the day before. It's just not big crowds as before because most of the tourists are not here. And Barbados, as we was talking on the last podcast, Barbados is another tourist-driven economy. So you're seeing less people on the streets, but it's not necessarily less locals on the streets. It's less foreigners on the streets because the flight's not coming in anymore and the cruise ships.
Okay, that makes sense. Vanessa, how many cases are there in Grenada?
Just one for now. One that is confirmed.
Okay.
But he's taking the precautions.
Okay.
Which we appreciate because at the end of the day, we don't have the best healthcare. We're not equipped to handle this vast amount. Everybody falling on sick. We want to have this on. If we can keep it at one, we'll be happy.
Okay. And Dwayne, similar question. What is it? How many cases you said it wasn't confirmed?
Two as of 11:03 this morning. We have confirmed 2 cases.
Rob, you talk too quick.
Is it imported cases like in Trinidad? It started off as imported cases.
It is 2 return national from New York.
Well, ours is imported. Ours is an imported one as well.
Well, but I think we should actually take into consideration going forward, like when you have situation where the virus is being transferred via human contact and stuff like that, I think our nationals, wherever they are, we should put something in place where they can stay and we do what we can do if the government there is not doing nothing for them. Because you telling people to come back home and get out, this and that, you're just causing more danger to spread the virus. That's just the way I see it. So when people say, "Oh, American come home, Canadian come home, or Kittian come home, or Trinidadian come home,"
come home to
stay where you are. That's how it's supposed to be. Whatever assessment or whatever the government can do to assist, and that is what I don't understand. Is like
speech.
No, but when you say that,
before we get into the argument,
let me think you're sounding selfish, but stay where they are. I am totally not with him.
So do we have a concept that say that locking down the borders mean stay where you are?
Stay where you are.
Yeah.
Because if we had closed down our flights on Tuesday.
Yeah.
The person that brought it in came in on Monday.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
How ironic is that?
Exactly. Yeah.
How ironic is that?
Those 2 persons that tested positive, they came in on the 18th, get tested on the 20th, and we just get about the results. So they are in quarantine. That's the best thing that I think what the government was doing here is that yes, some people were following it, but some still. You're supposed to be self-quarantined, but you're still going about your everyday life. You're being selfish. Which I think, as I said, we have to put things in place and learn from mistake and see where we can do better forward. If you come in and we find out you're coming from wherever we have a disease, you automatically, you go in there. You stay there. You know, self-quarantine doesn't mean that, people's going to come. No one is monitoring you 24 hours.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and you feeling healthy and stuff like that. You're going to feel like, I'm good. I don't know what they're talking about. And you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she came in on Monday, but luckily, as the authorities told us, she was tested and quarantined on Tuesday. So
wow.
I hope that's the case, and we caught it in time. Nobody has, no other cases has come up yet. So we playing the waiting game to see, and he's trying to let us be as divided as possible. Stay in our home, stay home, stay home. He was very adamant about it. As I told you, anybody found outside after 7 is going to get locked up.
Okay. All right. So my final question, and you all could answer it in. First, I'll start with Vanessa, then Dwayne and Robert. What are your advice to citizens on each island that you're on? So Vanessa, you're in Grenada. What would be your advice to the citizens right in Grenada right now?
If you don't have the need to come out, don't. Please practice proper hygiene. If you know you want to, you have a cold or you have the sinuses, walk with your napkins, walk with your wipes, walk with your sanitizers. Just protect yourself. Protect yourself so you can protect others. That is what I would say. Because at the end of the day, we are going to spread it to each other. Don't be selfish and wicked.
Okay. Dwayne?
Well, for me is that if you're going to the supermarket, don't be selfish. Don't take up 500 cases of water and stuff like that. There's other people need stuff as well. Just take enough for you to survive for, the week, and then you can go back out and stuff like that. Another thing too, if you're going to the supermarket and see a large crowd, don't even bother try. You're protecting yourself, your health, and also your family member. Don't try to go in a crowd or rush in to get in first. Even if you end up getting less, it's best to get less and be safe.
Yeah.
Good point, Dwayne. Good point. And Rob, what are your advice to citizens in Barbados now, especially since it's business as usual? Unlike the other islands, Trinidad has locked off their borders, Grenada has locked off their borders, St. Kitts has locked off their borders. What are your advice for Barbados now?
Antigua locked off today, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Antigua was locking off today. What I would say for Barbadians in general is, you guys, they need to just focus, as the others were saying, on protecting yourself and protecting your family. This is not a time to go and have a drink with the boys. This is not a time to go and try to buy up everything in the shelves, because things like vitamin C, basic things to help people protect themselves, are no longer available in Barbados. There's no hand sanitizers available in shopping shelves anymore. There's no vitamin C's, no emergency, Redoxon, Haliborange, all those things sold out in almost all the locations here. I think the major trend with everyone saying is, don't be selfish and only look at yourself. We are in communities and in countries, and we are citizens of those countries and communities. And everyone's life is important. Stop only looking after yourself and look after each other that's around you as well. Take a note from Mr. Rogers.
All right, so I want to wrap there, guys. I know we could talk all night. And from the perspective of Mike on the mic in Trinidad, I want to echo the same sentiments of my Caribbean brothers. Protect yourself, protect your family, think of others, use the hand sanitizer, practice safe hygiene, and listen to the authorities to get the right information, because there's a lot of fake news out there and it's causing a lot of panic. Listen to the right authorities and get that and keep your family safe. You all have a good night. Thanks for joining me on this call. It was very important to get the information on the ground, and I hope we could continue this conversation on a later day. Thank you, guys.
All right.
No problem.
Right.
Bye.
Take care. Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.